Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our today's webinar. It's about multi-cloud and the ease of integration and ease of use of multi-cloud environments. My name is Hugo Bergmann. I'm the product marketing manager for Lyve Cloud, and I'm going to present to you really today discussing what multi-cloud is. I'll show you in a short, very short and condensed demo how to integrate one of our products into a multi-cloud environment. And we'll be also talking at the end of the benefits of using Lyve Cloud, our product, and integrate that in various use cases and applications to really achieve the goal of truly benefit of a multi-cloud environment. And you for sure all know that multi-cloud strategies, so the goal is really to combine services and resources from multiple cloud service providers and increase really the flexible use of data and availability of various services that are delivered either through software as a service, compute as a service, storage as a service, or even infrastructure and platform as a service, really, to, at the end, multi-cloud enables you to really match the solutions to businesses and organizational needs, really combining the scalability and the flexibility of various public cloud services with a very important point, predictable economics of scale. And the good news now is that really most businesses are using already a multi-cloud environment. So in a recent research, about 92% of all enterprises are using one or several cloud services. So that is the good news. And that really proves the approach here of multi-cloud, so to access best-in-breed functionalities and service levels. And those companies, or when they use cloud services today, in average, they use about 3 cloud services. And that is quite interesting because it sounds very limited, very small, and there are reasons for that. And those reasons are related to really data storage and how and where you store data. And these are challenges that need to be overcome, and every enterprise is facing this. So number one, systems are designed, or the current cloud structures of public cloud services are designed to lock you in. So due to the high egress cost and API charges, etc., it doesn't really support data mobility, data movement. It doesn't make it easy. And that means data stays silos, either siloed in a cloud or siloed in on-prem environments. And that really limits the workload portability and also increases compliance risks for the data you store. And then we all know that data is growing, right? So it's at an exponential growth rate. And if you put now those data into public cloud services, it costs you always more, and even much more when you start really using and want to activate that data. So at the end, really the public cloud economics tend to fail in that scenario. And that is a problem that needs to be addressed. And at the end, it's also a big security risk and resiliency problem to make data reliably available. So, and those fragmented systems really need much more attention to minimize really any weak security links. And what is really now needed is a new approach to data, a new approach to cloud storage, and really eliminating or stop those data silos even within the cloud, and bring data into a kind of a mesh network where you can connect the data to any kind of cloud services, either in the public cloud, or in private data centers, and connect them whenever you want to do that, and never worry about the cost and also other things like latency and security by doing that. And that is why Seagate developed Lyve Cloud. And it's our new approach to data with a simple and trusted and efficient storage cloud. And we offer here our customers predictable cloud economics at scale. So you only pay for the storage, and that's it. The data is always on, and that is very important for certain use cases and applications, and we'll come to that in a minute. And also very securely stored in Lyve Cloud. And it's a scalable object storage platform that is 100% S3 compatible. And with that, we really believe and know we are a perfect complement to existing multi-cloud strategies to really seamlessly connect and interconnect data to compute cloud, to public cloud service, to private cloud. And that is enabling really now new data-driven use cases. And before we talk about those use cases, I'd like to show you now a short demo on how easy it is to integrate and start using Lyve Cloud in such an environment with a application. And in order to do that, I hope you can see my screen now. I'm logged into a remote system now that is in Colorado in the USA, and that's my demo system. And here, when you log in to Lyve Cloud, after you've created an account, then you see here on the screen our dashboard. The dashboard gives you full transparency of the data consumption, the data that is stored in average in different time windows. So that is what you see. So we want to be always available of your, aware of the data consumption and also the costs. So full transparency here. And now in order to start using Lyve Cloud as a storage service, you need to create an S3 bucket. And that is really easy with Lyve Cloud. And I love that procedure because with 3 simple steps, you can create the bucket and then start using them for your multi-cloud environment. And let me show you how that works by just clicking on Create a Bucket. All we have to do is here really, we have to give it a name, the bucket, and I just choose ABCD for the demonstration purposes here. You choose a region where you want to store and access the data. An important element of security you can turn on here is object immutability. So for demonstration purposes, I turn it on. And that basically in that, when you turn it on by bucket, you can specify how long the data is usable or can't be modified and changed. And that helps really with ransomware protection and meet compliance requirements. But for our demonstration purposes, I leave it off. And now I just click Create a Bucket. And in a matter of seconds, that bucket is now created. And what we need to do now next, we have to create a bucket permission. And that is what I do on click on bucket permission. We give it the same name just for demonstration purpose, ABCD. And now we choose the bucket we want to make this permissions basically applicable to. So we choose ABCD. And now I can specify what I can do with these permissions. All operations, read only, write only, so you can give it different really access permission for that data. Of course, in our demonstration, I'd like to have write-read access. And now I'm creating the bucket permissions. That was step number 2. And the third one is you create a service account. Also very easy. Just create that service account. We give it a very similar name. So, and now I have to just choose the permission we have created, yeah. And then we are almost done. I just need to go further down and click Create. Now there's the important piece. As with Lyve Cloud, we truly believe data is your data. So you need to really copy that access, the login credential. You have to download that in a CSV file. And for demonstration purposes, I copy it also into the clipboard because that's it now. So you are not able to close that window without saving the login credentials. Because if you lose that, if you don't have it available, nobody can access the data. So Seagate can't help you with that. So that is one of our security strengths. So it's your data and you're responsible for that. So, but I've downloaded that now. And with that, I think we are all set from just the basic Lyve Cloud configuration to start using it. And that is what I'm going to show now here. So for demonstration purposes, I just use a very simple tool. I think a lot of people are familiar with it. It's called S3 browser. And all you have to do now is create an account. And that is very, very similar to other applications that can talk S3. All you need to do is now add those S3 login credentials, those bucket credentials to your application to enable and start using it. And that's what I'm doing here now with the S3 browser. I call it ABCD. And now it's not Amazon S3, it's S3 compatible as a tool. Now I have to enter the endpoint or specify the endpoint address. So I have to go back to my bucket. I click on that bucket because I'm bad in memorizing those addresses. Admins might do a much better job here. So, and for me, they develop basically that copy button in. So I click on that link and now I have that one in the clipboard and I just copy that in here. So that is my endpoint address. And now I'm opening the CSV file I've downloaded with the access key. I copy that one in and the secret key. And I need to change one settings with this tool. I use signature version 4 for Lyve Cloud. And that is now opening the S3 bucket in S3 via this application. I can start using it. And I can, for instance, upload new files by just choosing new files, and let's do a small upload of 500 megabytes. And remember now, this is default settings. It's just should show that the upload is operating and functional. And you see that here in the window, and it's transferring the data over the public internet into Lyve Cloud. So wherever there's an internet connection available, you can use S3 to talk to an application and use the S3 bucket in Lyve Clouds. And that really enables you now to integrate it as a central repository in any kind of application, in any kind of environment, because all you need is those login credentials. And that is already the end of the live demonstration. Just wanted to show how easy Lyve Cloud is usable. And what is also very, very important when you start using data in a multi-cloud environment, that you need to bring it closer, basically the cloud closer to where the data is created. And Lyve Cloud is co-located with Equinix data centers at the metro edge, and that really helps unlocking storage solutions and unlocking data in an environment to really deliver multi-cloud freedom, lower the overall TCO of that data storage to really capture more data, activate that, and build really data activation, data enablement solutions. And just to show you what is really one of the biggest stumbling block, it's around cost. And just to repeat that, not basically to show you again that everything is covered in Lyve Cloud and you only pay for the storage, but more or less to remind you that typical public cloud services, they charge you for every time you touch the data. So for write operations, for read operations, for deletions, for all the API commands that needs to be sent. And also if you want to have expedited access, this is all included, including tech support and really people that help you also with the migration part of data into Lyve Cloud. So we want to make this available for you and as frictionless to integrate as possible to really benefit of that true multi-cloud economics. And what does that mean now in true facts and in numbers for you guys? With Lyve Cloud, the saving is easily 70% and more compared to the big hyperscalers, and that has to do with that we take out really all those additional hidden costs that makes cloud storage really unpredictable to use. That is the API charges, the egress fees, etc. But also we have a much lower TCO, so the cost per gigabyte per month is much lower, and that combines really reduces the storage costs, cloud storage costs by 70%, and in some applications even much more. And the Lyve Cloud is built really on our storage technology, on our storage architecture located at Equinix data centers. And with that, Lyve Cloud is also much more reliable and durable. So you have to deal with much less downtime. And the durability is really industry leading. It's easily over 100 times more. It's actually a couple million times more. So we support really data durability of 29 nines, and that is really industry leading. And that enables really new data-driven application. And what is also part and needed to enable those new data-driven application and included in what we call predictable cloud economics is not only that you know what it costs and how to access that data and that it's always secure and available. It is also about the performance and how long you have to, if you will, to wait for your data before you can access it. So with Lyve Cloud, it's much more easy. So we don't deal with multiple storage tiers, and there's no need to move data around in those tiers and add this layer of complexity. Just one flat layer, and the performance you see is what you get all the time, and data is available instantly at your fingertips. And with those implementations, we really have designed Lyve Cloud to address the most challenging data storage needs in the cloud. And that is for sure backup, data copy of that growing data you have to deal with, and also content repository. Use it as a scale-out repository for any kind of data and integrate it in your workflow. That is what we talk in a minute about, how that is possible with certain tools and applications. And then also use those data or enable and create a platform that is enabling data engineering. So you could for sure then analyze your backup data because they're already there. You have a content repository there for video content, for any kind of documents, for video surveillance recordings. Analyze those, or you can even use Lyve Cloud to stream data in and ingest that data into real-time data analytics. That is done, i.e. in a manufacturing environment to enable really true data engineering solutions. Another a little tool we have available, and I call it purposely a tool, is our managed migration service for data. So, and our managed migration experts, they help you to also integrate cold data, your archives, data that you'd like to use, but you can't use it anymore because it's too difficult, too hard for you to migrate, or impossible for you to migrate into the cloud. And this is where our experts come into play. So we help you with, i.e., film digitization. Yeah, if you're in the media entertainment business, or if you're a university, you have lots of movie materials, historic materials, but you don't have the readers. You need to digitize that. You need thousands of readers, if you will, to do that transformation. We can help you. Same with your tape archive. If you get tired of my constant data migrations between tape generations and you want to put that in a similar, secure, cost-efficient storage solution that can scale out forever and never requires a migration, then object storage in Lyve Cloud is the ideal platform for that. And our managed migration service helps you to enable and use your data that holds tremendous value. Another way where our managed migration service can help you accessing data more quickly is, i.e., with our data transfer service with our Lyve mobile products. So either in a one-time operation where you want to consolidate several data silos and bring that data into Lyve Cloud. That is one thing where the initial seeding, the network bandwidth is simply not sufficient to do that, or where you don't have a network connection at all, but you want to analyze that data. Think about automotive sector, autonomous vehicle, those training data recording, just one example, or isolated fabric manufacturing lines, that don't have access to internet, but a huge amount of production data that is worthwhile analyzing with AI and machine learning tools. Here you can ingest that data to Lyve Cloud using our managed migration service, and that helps you also with the ease of implementation of really a efficient multi-cloud strategy to activate more of the valuable data you have captured. And what you also need, for sure, in such an environment is compatibility test matrix that, hey, I have several applications, tools that enable certain functionalities, and that is what we have started enabling, and we have over 50 ecosystem partnerships currently in the works, and every week we're adding new partners that are tested and certified with Lyve Cloud. And on the left-hand side, you see the backup software vendors that are currently certified. It's basically the who is who of that industry. And we have video image applications certified, also gateway solutions, a very interesting thing when it comes to migrating data to the platform without changing on-prem workflows, etc. Gateway tools for sharing data and collaboration are very essential, same as data orchestration analytics tools. And also on the platform and infrastructure side, I want to highlight one new partnership. That is with Sadara. And with Sadara, customers can now get through Lyve Cloud C-Compute, so compute service, processing power, virtual machines that can run applications that on top of your data directly in Lyve Cloud. And with that, you even take out the network connectivity for data analytic workflows, for instance, for your application testing. When the data is finally in Lyve Cloud, you can use it and start it right away, like it would be in your on-prem data center or with one of those public hyperscalers, public clouds. Just keep in mind, no egress charges and no API calls at very predictable cloud economics, no logins, use the services whenever you want. And that is what you can do with Sadara in combination with Lyve Cloud as well. And now I'd like to highlight and talk through a couple use cases what that means now, having those data available in particular use cases in Lyve Cloud and being able to really connect it in a matrix to different applications, to different locations. And backup is one of those challenges where we significantly improve the usability and the robustness of your data protection to fight against cybersecurity threats, ransomware attacks, etc. Backup is the essential element to also get an insurance. And so first of all, here we are certified with every backup software vendor, and if somebody is not on the list, I guarantee you it will work. All you need is the S3 login credentials. And if you want to make sure that it really works, we support you with a proof of concept and help you out in testing that environment. And what you see here in the middle, I highlighted that in yellow, is Lyve Cloud is always on. And that is interesting now to understand and to remind you about the possible solution, because traditionally, in a very simple approach, you're doing a 3-to-1 backup principle. So you do a backup to disk, to another disk on a nearline storage device, to the cloud then, or to tape. And that is what we now can combine and simplify with Lyve Cloud. So be reminded, no egress charges, and located at the metro edge, means where the data is created. So it's like your co-location data center site where you put your secondary backup copy. And the fact that you can use object immutability within Lyve Cloud, it's also giving you the air gap data protection capability you get from cloud and from tape for sure. And with that, you can really enable and combine basically those two storage tiers that were historically needed to meet recovery time objectives, recovery point objectives, and automate your backups. You can also test and automate the backup and disaster recovery tests now, because it's much easier to do. It doesn't cost you anything extra because egress are for free. And with that, you achieve a new level of data protection and ransomware protection in that combination, especially knowing that this scenario, this setup, scales to infinite. I mean, it is an object storage platform. You never need to migrate your data. And with that, your backup solution never becomes obsolete. And that is a huge advantage, especially if you want to apply for a ransomware insurance for your business. Just make one example. Another use case is video and image applications, video surveillance applications. Here you can stream and expand on-prem solution quite easily by just entering again the S3 bucket credentials and stream data directly to Lyve Cloud for different use cases, for editing, for archival, for backup use case. You can even link the cameras directly into Lyve Cloud and stream the data directly into Lyve Cloud and build up your video management system entirely in the cloud using Cedara Z Compute, for instance, and host that application on top of Lyve Cloud. And another application is the video and entertainment market, where the pandemic really enforced remote production and enforced the industry to change how they produce videos more efficiently, collaboratively, from remote. And cloud is an essential piece to it. And due to cost and also latency issues to transfer and performance issues to transfer the data, that huge amount of data into the cloud, it is really or was not really adopted prior to the pandemic. And in that pandemic phase, people have been looking for more affordable storage solution to produce and reuse content more often for different production. And that's what we can enable with Lyve Cloud as well. And just integrate where you need that scale out capability in your post-production workflow. You can even from a start ingest data from your offset production recording. You can ingest that data into Lyve Cloud. You have backup and archive capabilities within Lyve Cloud, but also you can use our managed migration service to digitize old film rolls and bring that content back to life and enable that for remote productions. So just another way of looking at it. And the last one I wanted to highlight to you guys is using Lyve Cloud for data engineering and analytics. So integrate Lyve Cloud into your existing data lake, or even start building your data lake on Lyve Cloud. You don't have to pay for egress fees, so therefore you can enable it with any AI tool and machine learning tools for analytics to really improve product quality, do ML ops, improve product usability, get better business insight, improve your yields at the factory, and really enable also new innovations and new revenue streams for your business at the end, as you can really capture manufacturing data information and stream also data from different sources, IoT sources, log files that are generated by applications or devices, and then analyze that with AI and machine learning tools, and that even in real time. Yeah, with that, I'm coming to the end, and actually I'd like to take a look now and open up the webinar for questions, if there are some questions from the audience. And so let me see. The first one, how do I migrate data to Lyve Cloud? Okay, that is a good question. And first of all, you have to create get a Lyve Cloud account. So just reach out to Seagate, go on our website, seagate.com/livecloud, and register for that, talk to an expert, and then somebody from Seagate will reach out to you and will talk the proof of concept and discuss what kind of workloads you want to put in and help you with the data migration. And then there are certain tools that can be used to transfer the data into the cloud. There is our managed migration service that can be used to migrate data into Lyve Cloud, or you just add Lyve Cloud as a repository and scale out to that while you continue to use what you have, and over time you migrate to Lyve Cloud. I hope that this helps you, answers your question. So reach out to us. There are people talking with you, and we want to offer that. And then there's a question from a customer: is it free or do you pay? So I would assume it's related to the proof of concept or the migration. So for sure there's cost involved and time involved, but in principle, depending on the workload and the complexity, yes, the proof of concept can be for free. But that is something you have to discuss with our customer success manager. So when you sign up for Lyve Cloud, you will get a dedicated person that is taking care of your need and your approach, and will also help with that proof of concept. So, and of course, the next question was around the webinar recording and presentation. Yes, we're going to share that afterwards. Let me see. One thing that is actually an interesting one. There's a customer asking how long is your cloud bill? And actually, let me show that, because I was making those claims. Hey, it's predictable cost, right? So you only pay for the storage. So it's a pretty good question, actually, because we have seen that public cloud bills can be pages long because each of those transactions needs to be paid. And that is not the case with Lyve Cloud. It's really predictable, and it's a one-liner, basically. It shows the amount of storage and the price of Lyve Cloud, and that is what it makes it also easy for your financial department to accept and the auditors to accept, basically, a new cloud solution, because you don't need to be an expert with us to understand what you're actually doing in order to audit the whole invoice. And that simplifies also choosing another vendor in that whole workflow. Yeah. So let me see. So then there's a question about data. So if there are certain, let's call it limitations to store data in Lyve Cloud, so can it only be unstructured data, file data, can it be databases? And yeah, S3 is designed for all kind of data, no matter if it's unstructured or structured data in databases. There isn't really a capacity limitation other than given by the standard, means 5 terabyte is the limit of S3, so which can be one data object, if you will, one file, one database, yeah, 5 terabyte large. That is, I believe, the limitation of the standard. But it can be used, especially with Lyve Cloud, as it's made for those heavy data workloads for any kind of data-driven application, no matter if it's structured or unstructured data. Yeah, there's a question about data for databases and real-time data analytics. Yes, the platform is so can it be used for that use case and analytics? Yes, it can be, and I think I would suggest, John, that you just reach out to us, to our Lyve Cloud success team, and we run a proof of concept with you to find out if it's usable in your specific application and how easy that is. Yeah. So, but the answer is yes. Does Lyve Cloud have a cost calculator? Yes, we do. Good question. Thanks. We have, if you go on seagate.com/livecloud, right in the middle, you find a link to the TCO calculator. And here you can really calculate a use case, or they do the TCO calculation by use case, so either for the backup use case or as a content repository, or also for managed migration service. So calculate the time it would take you to migrate 2,000, 5,000, 10,000 LTO cartridges, yeah, into the cloud. So just to give you a good understanding on what that means, also cost-wise, how much you can save in those scenarios in comparison to public cloud. So yeah, I encourage you to go on to our website at seagate.com/livecloud. Here you find those details and the calculator. Then there's a question about Wasabi. So this is very similar to Wasabi Cloud. Yes, absolutely, and to 1,000 others. So it's a public cloud storage service from Seagate. So that is the difference. So we built basically the technology underneath, because all clouds are based on disk drives, and we are one of the leading supplier for those cloud storage systems. And we build in those unique differences that makes it and enables the data to be really used for those heavy cloud applications. And most S3 public cloud services, especially the very cheap offerings, are only designed really as a content repository for data you never really want to start using again, because then it becomes very costly and very expensive to pull those data back and to activate it and use it for other cloud purposes. And that's what I explained initially. So we want to really activate the data and enable this multi-cloud use, that you can use backup data that are stored in an archive with S3. When it's done in this Lyve Cloud, you can use it for analytics and identify some new business strengths or bottlenecks within your IT infrastructure and improve also security. That is all possible with existing backup data if you have the right tools and if it's affordable and you don't have to basically pay too much for it. I hope that answers this question. What else do we have? And I think at the end, before I forget, so thanks for participation, and I think everyone who participated in that webinar is going to get a gift card from us, a $10 card. And with that, I'm going to end. Thank you very much for listening. I hope to welcome you again on one of our other webinars for Lyve Cloud and creating a new way to data. So thank you very much and looking forward to see you soon. Goodbye.